Okay, okay. I'll make sure to add him. I'll make sure to add him.
Who
Hey,
owns
Reload, by the way.
what company is own? Yeah, what's up, Reload? What company owns Ghostbusters? I don't remember.
Sony.
Sony, right?
It's not gonna be anything that's them. What a shame! What a shame!
Well, like
Rather
Sony owns the
unfortunate.
movie rights. I don't know about the game rights.
I
that
imagine
game's a
both.
Sony thing, so
Yeah.
I think that too.
I think
Okay, I remember you were asking me what you thought I thought Kingdom Hearts 4 would actually be. Do you want me to save that for the show?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's time to bring Kingdom Hearts into the Copious verse.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Mike's about to go like Kingdom Hearts pillow.
It's gonna be a 4-hour rant on just Kingdom Hearts lore, and me and Party are just gonna sit here with nothing.
Yeah, I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game in my life.
The music was good.
The music's good, but that's all I can say about it.
That's good enough.
Because I've never played the game. I've only seen you play it. It doesn't look like my type of game, but
Look, Ghost Shark, you're gonna join me on my streams when I play through the game. I'm gonna hold your hand through the story, and you'll open your eyes to a new world.
Dude, he's gonna open your third eye.
I'm gonna open your door to darkness, if you know what I mean.
That sounds oddly sexual.
I mean, only a few people have opened that door before, Mike.
oh my.
God, Mike.
Oh my.
I'm gonna bring your darkness into the light.
Whoa, Mike.
I mean, Ghost. I'm half awake. Sorry.
Oh, Mike, I'm gonna send you something. I'm just gonna do
Whoa.
it right now. Not anything like this. It's related to Kingdom Hearts.
Okay,
Kingdom
good,
Hearts.
good, good.
Yeah, that was an odd time.
Yeah, bad timing.
Yeah, I was
So, Mike, let me
I was barely like focused on that.
So what's this supposed to be?
I'm gonna try Kingdom Hearts.
What happened?
I'm gonna try Kingdom Hearts. I've never played a game.
Don't do it.
It doesn't look like an official release.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't want to.
Are you trying to? First of all, I highly recommend you play Final Mix, not regular Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, exactly. Go with the
try
remakes.
Try to find the Final Mix version of it.
Actually, I think
platform
Party's
it happened to be
laptop
on.
could handle the PC versions of the game.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, Party, if you're gonna play Kingdom Hearts 1, I do recommend you try. If you're gonna play it the TAPS way, I do recommend you try to find one of the remakes. I'd recommend you play one of the remakes because the original version of Kingdom Hearts did not allow for skipping cutscenes, and they also never translated. They also never translated Final Mix. That was only translated with the remakes. So I highly suggest you find a way to play the remakes.
I'll have to try to figure that out.
If not, Party, when's your birthday?
January 11th.
Oh. Alright, that's good to know.
You can get him a belated gift.
Yeah.
I suppose I could.
Only 4 months late. It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you think your PC can run the Kingdom Hearts
We
games,
can run Cyberpunk.
well then yeah, it definitely can. Alright. Let me look up the all-in-one because they have the all-in-one collection which has all the games. So
Can I ask you one question?
Here's what I'll do, Mike. Since this is the first time I'll be playing a Kingdom Hearts game, I'll make it a stream game. So
I was about to say you should stream it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I'll stream
right,
it.
boys. Okay, we have to relate it to the title somewhat.
John
The
Swan.
title is "Let's Go."
What's the title?
John Swan. You know,
Oh,
the Swan
okay.
lied again, boys.
God,
I know how to make it related.
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Okay, there we talked about it. I was gonna
There we
go.
go.
I was gonna go with a haha yeah twit longer, but honestly,
I mean, you can do that too.
Yeah, twit longer.
Yeah.
He put one
yeah,
out.
dude. Because after like he fucking crumbled, he still took the fall for John Swan. Because apparently this dude's fucking 15 and he idolizes John.
What does John have over him? Like,
Dude, Nick said
Party,
this on Dave's stream. You know, I have to relate this to Dave somewhat because this is the Copious after show. Nick said, you know what, John was probably that kid in high school who got bullied, and so he's taking it out on all the 15-year-olds now.
I mean, if that's true, that's just sad.
Revenge.
Revenge time.
Play the first game, the one that you showed me,
Yeah.
and see if you like it. If you like it, then go for the rest of them.
Alright.
That'll be my best suggestion. Because if you like the first one, vanilla, then you'll love them like after the final mix versions.
If you
Okay.
loved this game, you'll definitely like this.
But keep in mind, you will not be able to skip cutscenes. So
That's fine.
if you lose a boss battle, okay, I have to explain to you my childhood trauma. When I was a young lad and I fought when I fought Riku Anthem, I lost that fight like 15 or 20 times. And so now the cutscene before that plays is forever ingrained in my memory.
Your childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trauma!
Experience it.
I can recite that scene, and I think every Kingdom Hearts fan can as well. I can recite that scene so amazingly perfectly.
I know when I think childhood trauma, the first place I go is Kingdom Hearts.
Well, I
Hey,
mean,
you know
think
what?
about it. It involves anime and Disney, so like it's not too
I
far
mean-
off.
I mean, I will say Kingdom Hearts 1 has like a lot of surprising things. Like if you just see the trailer, which by the way, the first time I saw that trailer, oh my god, how old was I? I must have been 7 years old. The first time I saw that trailer, I was immediately like, I need this game. This game looks amazing. The greatest game I've ever seen before. I ran to my mom and like, I need this game. And then I rented it from like Hollywood Video like 20 times until my mom actually finally bought the game with the strategy guide.
Nice.
Which I unfortunately no longer have the strategy guide because it basically got destroyed over wear and tear after owning it for so many years.
That's unfortunate.
I still have the original box, the one before it got the greatest hits release, and the original box of Kingdom Hearts 1 actually still has instead of Square Enix, it says Square Soft because that's what they were before.
Damn.
Yeah. I think that was one of their last games published under Squaresoft, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was the last.
Well, interesting facts of Nerdy John.
Yeah.
You learned some nerd facts here today.
All right. I know how to transition John Swan to Kingdom Hearts, so
Oh
I'm
no.
ready for you.
Did you know that John Swan sucks at Kingdom Hearts?
I know,
John
bro.
Swan, John Swan let the darkness in his heart.
No. But can you bring out the light in John Swan, Mike?
Yeah.
Bring out the light in this stream. Let's get some light to prove that we
Yeah,
can.
let me be the one to
Hit
fill
the
you
like
with
button,
light.
chat. Get this shit out there.
Oh, that's right. I need to tweet this out. Okay. By the way, guys, make sure you retweet and like the stream. God damn it.
Tweet this shit out.
Yeah.
And if you can donate, that would be good too. Don't worry, the money will be put to good use. When I get the money, I will buy food and not give
Okay.
it to a starving African child.
Oh shit.
I'm live, baby. Okay.
Hey, Exotics in chat.
Yeah,
Yo,
I see
God.
that.
Help. Oh god.
But yeah, it's the funny part about this one was like the lie was so easily disproven. Like it wasn't like after.
Yeah, no, the last time it took like 2 days. I feel like he just lost his touch.
I know it's like
He just got sloppy.
yeah, it's like usually with flyers they're pretty after lying consistently they're pretty good at it, right? Like Willie was telling Dave on the show today that apparently John was even lying about his age because Willie was 25 and like John kept saying that he was 25 as well, but like John's 20.
Wait, no, yeah, John's only 20.
Yeah.
This is literally like stuff that was known though. What the fuck? Why do you lie about that?
Dude, he's just a wheezy little liar, dude.
What a weasel!
But that's such a weird thing to lie about to begin with.
Well, you know, we had a pretty intense I say intense like we were having an argument, but like me and Exotic and Party, you were there for it. Me and Exotic were having a pretty passionate discussion about the John Swan situation.
Confrontational discussion.
No, I wasn't confrontational because we weren't arguing. We weren't arguing. We were just like we were very passionate about the points we were
Just let me be a shit stir, damn it.
Damn it, Ghost.
Trying to create content.
Content, boys, content. But no, like I have the position of I think if Destiny didn't do the stream and like he didn't talk about it, and if it was just bunk, I think John would have been. I think he either would have said he made the document himself, or like he would have like openly admitted that he had a part to play in it. But since like Destiny was like just demolishing his little minions, he had to be like, "No, I didn't have anything to do with this."
I have no knowledge of any of this.
This is so bizarre.
Bizarre.
but yeah, you know, and you know, we have him in the call. Mike the Bike made a pretty good parody song called "Lie by Lie." You know, if you want to check that out, go check out Mike the Bike. Originally, I was gonna open up the stream with line by line, the John Swan cover, but I did not give a fuck.
You just wanted to get going.
Yeah, it's like, come on, boys, we're already late.
Let's go. I'll be back.
Fashionably late, like all the cool kids.
Yeah, you know, if Tommy C can be late, so can I. Goddamn it.
Oh god, not again, not again.
Okay, what are you saying not again about?
What'd you just get killed from, or are you on Minecraft right now?
No, I got impaled by a giant sword.
Oh my.
Yeah.
What are you playing?
Some fucking just another Roblox game, but it's like it's a rage game. So
okay, I'm on mobile. It's gonna do that thing where if I don't talk, it's gonna mute me pretty
Oh,
much.
that's lovely.
I was gonna say, yeah. It's funny that I did the Lie by Lie parody like a year ago, and it ended up being relevant still. But I want to say, cause I don't know if I mean, I doubt John will see this, but I don't know if he knows this or not, but behind the scenes and when I made those parodies, both publicly and privately, I stated that I actually did want him to learn from that situation and to grow and to just make good content. Because I actually was like, I'm a firm believer in second chances, right? But now it's like a year later and he just fucks up again. And it's like at this point, it's like, back when that happened, like, he was, 19? So I felt pretty bad for him because I was like, that sucks that happened. But he also, you know, he did fuck up. But it's like now it's like, I mean, I don't feel bad for him at all this time. And I also have to point out, Lie by Lie is not the only parody I did on Johnson. I also did Radiohead parody on him based on Karma Police, which I actually think is pretty based.
Pretty based in Red Pill, though? Like, is it Red Pill?
I would think so.
Speaking of Red Pill, Coach Red Pill.
Lie by Lie.
Musically, I would agree it's better than Lie by Lie, but Lie by Lie has the benefit of having the feature guests.
Yeah.
Which, like, although they're not great singers, it does add more comedy to it.
We need the Smaggle Daggle cover.
So true. I will say, this horror deal does remind me of a scene from Kingdom Hearts. That,
no.
Damn it!
Here we go.
Yeah, you know, when Riku betrayed Sora and took his Keyblade, it's very similar to that.
You just ruined it for Party.
I can't take
no. I could be lying. Party doesn't know that that's true.
Yeah.
You could just be gaslighting all of us. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no gaslighter.
Why do
I'm
you
not a
always
gaslighter, but I'm really good at
Mike of gaslighting? He's never gaslit anybody.
Thank you, Ghost Shark. I can always count on you.
To
Look, all I'm saying is Mike the Bike does not care about the safety of riders.
Oh my god.
Him and Cammy are much alike in that sense.
Oh god. Let's not go that far, buddy.
Hey,
Step back, alright?
hey, yeah.
Just close your eyes and keep on talking lie by lie.
Oh.
I don't think Hindsight wants to make another podcast debunking shit about Mike.
Jessica, come in, Jessica!
No. I'm legally not allowed to talk about that. Anyways, I actually do have to go, but I'll keep on watching. And if I can join, I will join again.
Alright.
Or good
See
night.
you later. Have a good night.
Get out of here, Michael the bicycle.
Michael.
Yeah.
You know what? I just had an idea. I have to do a storybook about. I have to make a children's storybook about Hamlet. So I'm just gonna make Hamlet John Swan. That's literally all I'm gonna do.
Dost thou protest?
Yeah, no one. It's just gonna be a picture of a swan. So like, no one's gonna know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
I
Yeah.
don't think I ever had to read Hamlet. I'm trying to remember.
Be glad. It's just art thou stabbeth another
any of
British
that
man.
Shakespearean era shit is all awful. It's so hard to read.
Why does everyone think Shakespeare made good plays? Even while translated, they're like mid at best.
Well, it's I mean, like, cause like, if you look at the like, if you translate the wording to today's language, a lot of it is just.
It's just mid. But I guess back then, during the Black Plague, people had low standards.
Yeah, when there was nothing else to do but go to the one theater.
Yeah.
Which was
just-
his own theater.
They had low standards, just like their low hygiene.
Well, remember, it was considered a great health risk if the queen bathed more than once every 5 years, because the queen dared to bathe 3 times a year.
Yeah, don't just a once a year river bath, don't you know?
So, she gets the first bath. I wonder by, like, the night before that second bath, how bad she's gotta smell.
Well, she probably smelled
I don't
better than,
think-
like, the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, she did get one bath.
She got 1 bath in. That's one more. That's 1 bath more than the rest of them.
Yeah. The river bath. Last week's river bath. Dude.
I know, the funny thing was, there was a misconception, like, what was it, that, like, if you bathed, it was actually a way to get sick.
Oh my god.
That was a belief. Also, what the fuck? I'm sending someone this meme. It's probably gonna be Go Shark. Be
Oh God,
prepared,
I'm
Go
afraid.
Shark. I'm gonna open up your DMs.
I'm afraid.
Uh-oh.
Look, say the N-word.
No.
What the hell?
What?
Why? People don't need to make these things. God damn it.
It's too late. It's too late, Go Shark. It's already been made.
Oh no, what did you
It's too
do? What did
late.
you do, foul demon?
Yeah, I have done nothing. It's
The Darman dragon is too strong.
What?
yeah. I'll send it to you.
Oh no.
Look on top, breeding of it.
No!
Just like, why? Why, Darman?
Look, a dragon comes to you in that shirt. He's like, he tells you he's here about the breeding event. What do you do?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want a Darman shirt for the memes.
he would buy.
Dragon City promoted like a Reddit channel for their like recently, and they didn't even give him his own dragon. They just gave him like some random dragon that was like the easiest shit to get. Yeah.
Couldn't even give him a
Oh.
proper dragon.
Yeah, make your own content next time instead of reading Reddit stories, asshole.
so,
He just sounded so disappointed in the ad too.
someone in the comments writes a 50-page paragraph on why Reddit content's actually the best content on YouTube.
It's mid-tier content, but it's easy to pump out for the algorithm.
Yeah, it's like it's like a gameplay commentary video. You know, it's like just gotta say someone's cringe for like 10 minutes.
To be fair, some of the voice actors that actually try, like, what's his face, Oz Media actually does pretty good fucking readings, but like that's actually because he edits his videos and shit, and actually like fucking does like voice acting or stuff for them. But like the ones that just read it monotone are like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, having
So
some
then
kind
the
of
meme
voice
said
acting
this.
would help quite a bit, I would imagine.
Oh, Illuminati.
Yeah. By the way, guys, we are at 560 subscribers.
Let's go.
40 more till we get to 600, boys.
Get him to 600.
Share the shit out.
I will fight you.
Yeah.
I probably can't say that.
Ghost.
Don't say it.
Don't become our
When-
taps.
When
I'll try.
when he hits 600 subscribers, he'll pull taps.
No.
Just one though.
Just
He'll
one.
go live for about a half a second, and then that'll be it.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, I hate this game.
And then he'll just put it on an unlisted stream so no one can find it.
Yeah, exactly.
And for $10, if you send me $10, not John, I'll give you the link.
Who said you'll get the link?
I mean, I could just copy the link before you unlist it.
Oh, who said I would share the stream out?
I
You
would
see-
always know.
Damn it, Ghost.
I find ways.
Send me a link behind the scenes.
Ghost is just like, I have my ways.
I have people everywhere.
Oh my
All over the
They're
YouTube.
testing many different links to try to get the right one.
Yeah.
oh my god,
Right
guys.
now they're algorithmically doing every possible link with your name in it.
Guys, the enemy wasn't Keemstar. It wasn't Ethan. It was Ghost Shark.
Yep.
Oh shit, he was.
Ghost Shark's the mastermind behind YouTube. He's the one controlling Susan.
God, I wish I'd actually have money.
Keemstar and H3 mixed into one body.
Dude, did you all those clips of Ethan crying about his sponsors, like the whole gay power bottom shit's hilarious.
I mean, you kind
I'm
of get
so
what you
thankful
deserve.
that I'm so thankful that we have our members and
Yeah. Speaking
Members.
of, if you want to become a member of Nerdy John, you gotta make sure we hit 1,000 subs first. So subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So subscribe.
You think I was about to say hit the join button? No, we gotta get there first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like this, he almost says that his audience tried to cancel him, but he held back. He's like, they it's so funny because like I think we can all agree that like if any other like podcasting streamer did this on like the scale Ethan did, and like they said the exact same stuff, right? Ethan would 100% be like, no, you're not good enough. You are being homophobic.
yeah.
Like literally every time it's happened any other time in history, that's how his stance has been.
Yeah, like usually he you see he's smart in that way. He tries to wait for someone else to do the fuck up, then he accuses them on it. But this time he did the fuck up first.
And his fans turned on him fast.
Like I'm surprised at his reaction to this more so because like bro, your audience didn't even let you get away with a fat joke. You think they would let you get away with a gay joke?
Yeah. I think he's just so out of touch, he doesn't care anymore what his audience thinks.
That's very true. That could be it. Ghost.
He's just doing his own thing, going through the motions at this point for a paycheck.
Very, that is the possibility. Another thing too is, the show Leftovers.
Yeah.
Apparently that's coming.
Show?
No, Leftovers, the political podcast Ethan hosted with Hassan Piker. Apparently that's coming back. That's coming back in May.
Oh, good. I'll have something to headbutt my desk for.
Well, you don't want to hear the insightful political insight of Hassan Piker and Ethan Klein?
I legitimately think I will become smarter headbutting my desk than listening to Hassan Piker and Ethan Klein talk about politics.
Well, come on. I mean, you mean you don't want two rich people to educate you on why you need socialism?
No, I'm good.
But is like Dave said it here on stream. He's like, I hope your kids have to go to public school. Because I don't even think his first kid's old enough to be in school yet, but they're gonna go to bougie
they're going to
schools.
the nicest private school in wherever the fuck they are.
LA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they're going somewhere nice.
I think they live in Beverly Hills, or at least close by Beverly
Hills. God damn it, that song's stuck in my
That's
head now.
where I
blame Mike.
Be. It all comes back to Mike the bike. Mike the bike, bro. Party, you just had something interesting premiere today. It relates to the John Swan situation. You had Tyrone the birth controller.
One of my news members called into the stream with something quite nuclear.
About the Skip, the doctor of Skip himself.
About who truly was involved with the creation of the document.
Yeah.
Shit.
Quite interesting.
Yeah. So, for the audience who hasn't gotten the chance to watch that yet, can you give them the TLER of that call?
What goes on is Tyrone calls in and talks about stuff that was going on behind the scenes involving Dr. Skipper and his true involvement.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyrone, let's just say Tyrone's noticed a lot of convenient patterns with Dr. Skipper's
He's
behavior.
good at recognizing patterns, you could say.
Exactly.
I wanted to say it, but I held back.
Essentially, he noticed that Dr. Skipper, him evading talking about this was probably for the best, because from what it seems, if I can get all the notes here, that Exotic had all the notes that he wrote down for all the
yeah, but he had to go to school.
Yeah, he had to go do school.
God, who goes to school trying to better themselves? God damn.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, he essentially goes through and talks about how Dr. Skipper's true involvement is, as well as other people's involvements like Neon Caffeine, and that based off of past behaviors and the patterns.
I have to go back and listen to all this.
Yeah, it's clipped on my channel. If can I link it?
I will.
Chat?
Yeah. Go ahead and link it in chat.
Yeah, I'll link it in the chat if you want to see. It's like a 9-minute 30 clip. Essentially, yeah, he goes into a lot of involvements and a lot of convenient patterns that just don't line up. Also, hey, Keon.
Yuki.
Yuki. So, I mean, what's the next thing John's gonna lie about?
Yeah.
Who knows?
We've come full circle. Yeah, exactly. John wasn't the only one who did something wrong. Yeah, there was many people who should have taken the fall, I think.
It's more people than just John. Yeah, I mean, Party's in the call, Ghost is in the call.
Yeah, there's a lot more people than just John in here.
Yeah, the curse of being called John.
Yeah.
The curse of people of being called John in the commentary community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I should just be like, damn it, John. People associate me with you.
Yeah, man.
Well, I mean, other than that, like, there wasn't really a whole lot going on this time around.
Yeah, not really.
Did you guys see the tech debate, the Willie Maga Technicals debate on,
I mean, can you call it a debate, really?
Yeah, it wasn't really a debate, but that's what Doc has it titled under, so that's what we're calling it.
It works. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah, Willie talked about that a bit during today's show. Because, like, if you remember, especially during the Keemstar thing, Willie went after Augie hard for having the 18 dating 15 is okay in a high school context. He went after him hard for that. But now, like, because it's against John, it's kind of convenient for him to not have that take. Yo, technical calls, if you're watching this, I didn't mean anything mean, I swear.
I think Tech was avoiding like the questions about Zero because
yeah,
stupid ceasefire.
Yeah, the armistice.
Yeah.
All right, who signed the Warsaw Pact?
Oh God.
Oh, also, let's see. Across the Spider-Verse has been delayed to June 2nd, 2023.
I'm upset.
I didn't even hear about that one.
Okay, guys. So I'm going to do what moral should I do for my Hamlet storybook? With
the
main character is John Swan.
Well, obviously, the moral has to be of not lying.
You're right, but I don't think that Hamlet lies at all in the story.
What about greed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Hamlet greedy?
No.
I
mean, Hamlet doesn't Hamlet
pride.
Hamlet. Okay, so Hamlet is basically his uncle kills his dad, so he kills everyone else.
But
isn't there like some like weird like relationship Hamlet has with his mom or something?
Yeah, but we're not writing about Smaggle Daggle now, are
we?
We'll put that one in the back catalog.
You just teed him up for that.
Smaggle, if you want to get in and answer these and talk about these accusations thrown your way, you're more than welcome to.
That would be hilarious if he just showed up immediately.
Yeah, he's like,
just popped in call.
He's like, Redacted Jax, you're gay.
No, he's gonna call me something relating to the Chinese language.
Yeah, as you know, Smaggle Daggle is a big fan of Nerdy John.
Smaggle Daggle hates H.
I mean, I haven't seen anything to disprove that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys haven't demonstrated that he isn't a fan.
God damn it, Boblox is doing a high stream.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's 420.
Well, I mean...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, fuck.
In
yeah.
Boblax's defense, so am I.
Oh, shit.
I mean, hey, if you're remember, folks, if you're legally able to, celebrate 420. I do not advocate for illegal uses.
Been all day. My favorite holiday.
I celebrate it every day.
That may or not also be true.
Alright, I gotta get myself some printer paper so we can start writing about John Swan and him wanting to.
Oh boy, we got Riveter. Riveter, you want to call in, Riveter?
Yeah.
He's gonna murder half the commentary community because that's what Hamlet does.
You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add in all the Johns.
Wait, but like half the community is 15-year-olds though, so he's gonna be murdering children.
What's going on, Reverter?
Yeah, hey, Reverter.
Okay, hold on. I'll be back.
Didn't the Copious ones say that if they were like under, what was it, like 17, you're not supposed to be even talking to them, period?
I mean, that's what the Copious one decreed, except for artwork, which is labor. So if you have use for the child.
Only if it's free labor, right?
Yeah, exactly. Free labor, like the great Hassan has taught us.
All right.
Because if you pay him, then it's child labor. So he's got a point.
When you don't pay them, it's internship.
Exactly. You're a mentor.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there has to be a minimum of 8 pages. So fuck.
Yeah, that's a lot of writing about John Swan as Hamlet.
Yeah, but thankfully it's only a children's book, so I can like draw pictures.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah, especially for Smaggle.
Yeah. Oh no! Wait, does that mean I have to draw John Swan stabbing a 15-year-old?
I mean,
don't do that. But you were saying, Riveter.
This is not based on anything in real life.
Yeah,
I'm saying that now. This is a fictional story.
It's on the play Hamlet, okay? John Swan just happens to be in the news.
Let's let Riveter speak.
I think it's, and I think this comes into where maybe it's because it's an age thing here, or whatever. But the fact that people actually gave John a second chance. I'm from the school of thought to where once a person is proven to be a liar, then going forward they are untrustworthy, and it takes a long time. And when I mean a long time, I'm not talking a couple of months. No, I'm talking a decade maybe of them constantly doing the right thing and being completely forthcoming and honest about it before they're actually trustworthy. Again, I'm old school, right? But the simple fact that now this is, 3 or 4 times that he's been caught
At least 3, yeah.
Why are people still allowing this man, he's not a kid, he's a man.
Yeah.
Why are people still allowing this man to even be a source to go and consult from? There are a lot of people, a lot of people on the internet that are proven to be a more reliable resource as far as wisdom or guidance, things like that. And the thing about it is anytime anyone ever feels like that they have in some way been manipulated or they are an actual victim of some sort of sexual assault or anything like that, their first instinct, especially if they're a minor, their very first instinct is to go to your parents or guardian, right? Unless they're the ones that's actually doing it.
Yeah.
And then in that case, go to an educator, go to a teacher at school, go to law enforcement. What you do not do, under no circumstances ever, is to write a 1-page Google document, let alone a 16-page manifesto about the shit. You don't do that. That's not what you do, okay? Because I'm sorry, you lose so much credibility to what your situation is, and because the thing of it is whoever it is that you're making these allegations against, they're going to have Kool-Aid drinkers that no matter what that person says, they're going to believe it.
Absolutely.
So you are going to be villainized. You're going to be portrayed in the worst possible light. And if you are truly a victim, that is not something you need to heap upon you on top of what else you're going through. So anybody that I've always told everybody that ever listens to when this subject is approached, go to a trusted adult, let them know what has happened, because you're young and you make silly mistakes. You can get coerced into things, and let the law enforcement take over and let law enforcement deal with it. Okay. Now, once that's all said and done, if you feel as far that you need to for, I don't know, for a healing process or for whatever, if you feel like you need to tell your story, then 100% come tell your story, but only after you've allowed the proper law enforcement channels to deal with it if there's anything to be dealt with, okay? Because trust me, that person going to the pen is a hell of a lot worse than them losing their YouTube career, okay? And if they truly have, truly have done something that warrants that type of action, then that's what needs to be taken. Not being blasted on a 15, 20-minute YouTube video exposing shit. Just that's you guys, you young people have got to wisen up on this stuff. Because at this point in time in the game, anyone that comes forth and starts doing these Google Docs and shit, it looks at it as it just looks like you're grasping clout for someone. That may not be the case, but that's just kind of how it comes off and how it's going to be portrayed. And if you truly are a victim, you're not going to get any whatever justice, I guess, for lack of a better word. But so that's.
No, I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Especially if you know the context of the quote unquote victim in this situation, Liz, was coerced by John and his gang into allowing the document to be made.
Allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
Because we have no, okay. Because right now, and here's the thing: I know very little about this because I don't give John Swan a day or second of my time. Okay.
Same, brother.
I understand that there's different things based upon what different people said out there, like Willie, that I trust as far as a somewhat credible source. Nick, that I somewhat trust as a credible source. They said, well, they don't know. They know John had some involvement. We know by John's own words that he, quote, edited the document. As far as was he there as part of this triad that was trying to convince this young lady to write this document, giving her the words to say or whatever, we don't know. And the thing of it is we may not ever know. Okay? And that's really kind of beside the point. It's the fact that dumbass John Swan, who should know better, this is twice now for this particular type that he's been involved in. Pie Man being the other one, where it's the same scenario. So no, this guy really needs to just, I think,
leave the internet.
I'm not going to say he needs to leave the internet. What he needs to do is he does not need to be given any type of credibility, and he definitely doesn't need to be in a position to where he tries to come off as some sort of moral authority on anything. If he wants to edit videos, fine. If he wants to give lessons on how to editing videos, fine. Care less. But anytime he tries to come out and do some sort of grandiose video about something, he doesn't even need to be considered. Does not even. But that, again, that's my.
By the way, did you guys see about the Taylor Lorenz and Libs of TikTok thing that was going on?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny, especially when you see that video of her crying about how her family was harassed, and then, what was it? The article she wrote about the Libs of TikTok. She had the address of them in it.
She posted a link that had personal information attached to it. I think.
No, what it was a link that went to her place of business where the woman as a real estate agent. Here's what I'm going to say on this, and this may be a very controversial take. I don't think Libs of TikTok has one bit of ground to be hollering about docs. Not one bit of ground.
I don't follow that account, so I don't entirely know.
Okay.
Have they been doxing people or?
Well, that's kind of that's the crux of this thing, right? So that Twitter account, in the last, I'm gonna say 6 months to a year, has been on a crusade of where they've been going out and they've been tweeting out TikTok videos that are being made by educators that are part of the LGBTQ community. I want to be very succinct and clear about that. I personally have zero issues with anybody. I don't care what they identify as, right? As far as LGBTQ, I don't give a shit. As long as they're not dressed in a furry suit in front of a bunch of kids, then I might have a little bit of a problem with it.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with someone if they're like, in the LGBTQ. The problem where it comes across as an issue is I stand on this from this standpoint. These videos that the libs of TikTok would put out on their Twitter was people from the LGBT community who were very activist in nature, as far as talking and bragging about how they were incorporating whatever their beliefs were based upon whatever, were they lesbian or gay or bi or non-binary or whatever the shoe that fit them, right? Is they were incorporating that as part of their instructional time in front of children. That to me is a problem, just as much as it's a problem if a person who is a ultra-conservative is up there and they're weaving in their political ideologies during their teaching time, right? Or if they're a ultra-liberal and they're weaving their political ideologies in this time, right? When a teacher's in front of a class of students, they hold a very influential position, and they should be teaching whatever subject matter that it is they're teaching: reading, writing, arithmetic, science, history, whatever. It doesn't matter, and they should be teaching it in a pure form and not having any type of ideologies interwoven for that subject matter. Period. Now that doesn't mean that, even where I grew up here or where I live and stuff, it is the buckle of the Bible Belt. And so while there are still a lot of homophobic people and bigoted people around me, I still have people, friends and stuff that are part of the LGBTQ community. And so, I understand that a lot of times they were feeling like they were persecuted. And these people felt like they were persecuted by this Twitter account. Well, what I would say to that is this: if you were worried about persecution or whatever, then you shouldn't have been on a very public social media platform making some of the statements that you were making, talking about how you didn't care what laws were in place for that state or what your school's policies were about that type of stuff, right? And that you talked specifically about how you were indoctrinating these children about stuff. That's just problematic for me. Not because they're gay or lesbian, whatever. It's the fact that you're indoctrinating kids using your position, and that's, like I said, that's just wrong. A lot of these cases, I don't know if so much if the owner of that Twitter account was getting where these people worked or whatever, or if people who were followers of that channel or that Twitter account was sharing that information with them. But the bottom line was, a lot of the times when these videos were shared out there, they would come back later on underneath the original tweet, or they would retweet it with updated information, what have you, where it would have the School of Employment and contact information for the school board or the principal or the superintendent or whatever for that institution. So were they doxing these people?
I mean,
if it's private information being released unwillingly, then yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's a public school. If it's a public school, it's not private.
Right, but it's someone's place of employment that is being kept private from the internet. It's the institution doesn't have to be kept private for it to be considered private information.
Yeah, like there's one thing if you've got it like on your Facebook and it's like, hey, I'm a teacher that works here, then that's public. But if you don't say it and then someone tracks you down, that's doxing in my eyes.
Okay, well, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just kind of giving you guys the context here of what all this was, as far as my understanding, because I do actually follow that Twitter account. What I'll say is that in some of these cases, the videos that the teachers actually did give where they were teaching at. In some cases, I do believe it was because because they were doing it from their classroom, right? So there would be something inside the classroom that would give away where they work. Okay. Again, like I say, the third one, and was that someone saw it and said, "Oh, I know who that person is," and sent the information to the Twitter account. Irregardless, I go back to, here's the thing you have to understand: what constitutes a public figure? That's the question you have to ask yourself. So if a person gets on TikTok and they have, we'll say, a half a dozen people that follow their TikToks, right? Does that constitute that person being a public figure?
500,000? Yeah.
No,
he said
half a dozen.
Half a dozen.
People.
Half a dozen.
Like 6 people. So they got 6 people that follows their TikToks and interacts with their TikToks on any given day. Does that constitute that person being a public figure?
Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of a gray area because they have such a low follower count, but they are putting themselves out there publicly.
Bingo. So when you put yourself out there publicly and you're making some of these statements that you're making that are controversial to some people, right?
Yeah.
And you have stuff in your videos that identify where you are employed, I'm sorry, right? So on the flip side, you have the conservative voices that are coming forth saying how this reporter has doxed this person because they were a, quote, private person. They didn't have their name and their face and what have you wasn't attached to that Twitter account. But because they decided to go on this crusade and put all this stuff out there, that, to me, they're a public figure, right? Now, they may not have been making YouTube videos or anything like that. They may just been basically putting some words on a text or on the screen or whatever, tweeting stuff out. But they still are a public figure because they are, once again, putting out there for public consumption, right?
Just real quick, by that definition, would that make you also a public figure?
Me? 100%.
All right.
I'm 100% a public figure. So if anybody ever goes to my YouTube channel or to the podcast that I run with Banana, and they come on there and they take something that I say that they have a issue with, right? And they want to critique me or they want to whatever, take me to task about because I get something wrong, which is not that big of it. I get shit wrong all the time. 100%. Come at me. Okay. But I don't. And that's the thing that people have to understand. When you go on Facebook, when you go on Twitter, you go on Snapchat, you go on TikTok, it doesn't matter. Whatever social media platform, regardless if you've got 5 followers, 2 followers, or 10,000 followers, you are a public figure because you're putting your thoughts, your opinions, your views out there for public consumption. All it is the bigger audience that you have, bigger impact that when you screw up, the backlash comes back on you, right?
Yeah.
I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Was Libs of TikTok doxed?
Well,
yes, in so much as if she was doxed, then what she was doing was doxing these educators as well.
I just
I'll put
have
it that
one
way.
question about the getting doxxed part. Was
Yeah.
her name like at all tied to the Libs of TikTok account
Well, when
prior
they
to getting doxxed?
well, yes. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, if they had registered their domain and everything, when they registered the domain, they used their name versus like getting a name incorporated where they would have a company name out there versus an individual name. So they were kind of silly in that aspect, right? Maybe they didn't truly understand how all this crap works, right?
Yeah, they were just getting started and made a mistake.
100%, yeah. So anyway, I think if anyway, so they used that, and then they used the Wayback Machine to bring up some tweets and stuff from that account originally, because they changed. That account has been around for quite a while, but it kept changing names until it finally settled on Libs of TikTok. Maybe you guys don't know this, but you can actually change your @ on your Twitter.
Yeah, Tipster has done that.
Yes.
Yeah, he's had to multiple times.
Yeah, and so anyway, with that being the case of it, they changed the name of their @ a couple of different times. One of the times it was actually their name. So were they doxxed? No, they were they doxxed. I guess in the context of what does doxing mean, is exposing someone's public information that they didn't necessarily want exposed.
And keyword is maliciously too.
Yes,
they have to have malicious intent to use the dox.
All right, so then if that's the case, then yes, Libs of TikTok was maliciously doxed, but so was all these educators. Because
that's a fair point.
Because when these, if that's going to be the criteria that you use to define what doxing, then yes, then they were also doxing these educators, because a lot of times they would put in there a call of action for their followers to, if they had an issue with what this person was saying, to contact that Board of Education, whatever. And there were actually educators who got terminated.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all, or brigading of any kind, anything like that.
Well, I don't disagree with you there, Shark. The only thing what I'll say is this, is if you're going to have an online persona, and if you're going to make statements that is going to cause controversy, it's going to cause discourse, then you better be ready for the blowback. That's why when I was working at a public school for 15 years, I really didn't do anything on YouTube as far as making videos or anything.
It makes sense.
Because all it does, because my moderate views that I have kind of rub the wrong way with a lot of people in this area. So if they found, like me saying that there's nothing wrong with homosexuality, that would strike a lot of people and have problems. It'd have problems, right?
Yeah. And
so I could have lost my job. Well, at the time, I didn't need to lose my job. I had 2 young kids and a wife that was dependent upon, me as the major breadwinner. So that problematic.
Absolutely comes first.
Yeah. So, but now that I'm not at that job anymore and I don't have to worry about that stuff, I give 2 rat turds. And so I'm very vocal about what what my opinions and stuff are. I fully expect that one of these days that somebody is going to take to task something that I've said that they're going to have a real disagreement with. And I look forward to that day, because that's when I know I will have arrived as a creator.
Yeah, when you're making people mad, you're doing something right. That's what they say, allegedly.
Yeah, exactly, right. If you're not pissing somebody off every day, you're not doing your job right.
Yeah.
So, that's just what I'm saying. I think there was some naivety on all the parties involved as far as the teachers being as vocal as they were, especially from within their classrooms, which helped them be identified, okay? that was naivety, thinking, well, I can say and do whatever I want to without any repercussions. That's not true, right?
Yeah.
There was naivety that this person behind the Libs of TikTok Twitter account didn't expect that eventually, sooner or later, they were going to be identified. They were getting too big not to. And that's the thing. Like, stop thinking about it. How many people out there do you know that has a really huge social media following that people do not know they may not know exactly where they live. They may not know their phone numbers, okay, but they know their names. They know if they're married and who their spouse is a lot of times. I mean, this what's what I'm looking for. There's if you think that you can remain anonymous and and get really huge on the internet, that's no.
Oh no, it can't happen.
No, you've got a few people out there still that's kind of remain like Dream, right? He hasn't been exposed yet, but the day is coming, right?
There have been attempts. There have been attempts.
Yeah, there have been attempts.
Oh, sure,
it just isn't him, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, right? And then there's what's his name? That I haven't even heard anything from that guy, but he has like a really deep voice.
Oh,
and he
Corpse
was like,
Husband.
Corpse Husband, yeah. It's just it's a matter of time, right? Just like the other night, I was on Dave's stream and I slipped and gave out my first name, right? So I guess for the I doxed myself.
At least you didn't fully do it.
Wait.
Just your first name.
Riveter doxer confirmed.
I doxed myself, exactly. But now, what I would tell, because I think pretty much everybody here is fairly young, that's probably listening in this stage here with, is that I know there's this thing about when you're young being edgy and cutesy and shit. I was the same way. The difference is nobody remembers that shit because everybody I did it with is old like me, and we don't remember shit because we're so damn old.
And there was no internet back then to keep track of everything.
And nowadays everything is kept track. So what you guys might want to take consideration is eventually one of these days you're not going to be in high school and you're going to be trying to get into college, or you're going to be trying to get a job, and some of the stuff can come back and haunt you. So just kind of remember that shit and just don't. I would just say don't leave a whole lot of that shit out. Purge that shit every once in a while, especially if you have a tendency.
Yeah, remember, kids, be careful online.
Yeah,
we can't emphasize that enough.
Exactly.
Don't leak out your email like Flamenco. Otherwise,
don't give out your name to just random people that ask. Don't give out your email.
Yeah.
Be smarter than some people. Come on.
But now back to the question that Nerdy put out about the whole TikTok. Now let's talk about this reporter for a second. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now this little Miss Thing is yes, she is a hypocritical cunt.
Ooh, spicy.
Because this cunt went on television weeping her eyes out, talking about how a horrible thing it was to dox and how it had been piled on this and piled on that. But the first opportunity she got to do the very thing that she said was such a horrible thing and didn't need to happen or anything like that, but was against someone that had a different ideology about things than her, she did not hesitate for 1 second to do that.
She didn't.
Okay, so that's why she's a hypocritical cunt. And bottom line is I do not trust reporters. I've actually had dealings. I had dealings with a reporter from the New York Times. They actually interviewed me, and it was used for. They came at me with one thing, and then they turned it into a whole political thing, which was what it was not supposed to be about. And when it came out, I actually got death threats. I actually got fucking
Jesus.
death threats.
Yeah,
that
ain't right.
I had people mailing me. I'm talking about United States Postal Service mailing me death threats.
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
Well, look, okay. I live in Arkansas, and I have a well-stocked gun cabinet. If anybody's stupid enough to come and try to actually mess with me, all I'm going to say is I'm going to wind up calling 411. So I know where I can dig. That's all I'm going to say. I don't say that just to get a laugh or whatever. I'm 100% certain.
I can tell you're serious, but it is still
I would
funny.
not do. Okay, Boogie. The whole situation, like Boogie and Frank Haskell, where Boogie screwed up was he went outside his front door. What he should have fucking did.
And the warning shot didn't help.
Yeah, what he should have done is just stayed inside his house. I wouldn't have even locked the front door, and I would have just been sitting there in my chair with my fucking gun,
just waiting.
I said, "Bitch, don't come through that door. Don't you open that door. You open that door.
Step in that door, you're done."
Yeah.
Sorry, Frank."
Wow.
And then he would 100% been in with his rights here in Arkansas, because I don't live that far from Boogie. 100% in his rights, and there have been nothing would have come. He would not have had all this shit. He would not be under probation right now. He would not been having all these fines and all this other shit. It wouldn't happen. They just said, "Oh, dumbass shouldn't have went into his house." All I can say, rode up the meat sack and hauled him out on the in the wagon, and that'd been the end of it.
I guess Frank just knows how to get under some people's skin.
Well, Frank picked on someone who was not mentally strong.
That's
if he'd done that,
very true.
If he'd have done it to somebody else that was mentally strong, and depending on what state they're in, all I'll say is Frank probably wouldn't be long for this world. I don't trust reporters. They're sleazy little scumbags, and I don't give a shit what rag they write for. They can be conservative, they can be liberal. It doesn't make a damn. They're all looking to get you. They're all looking to get you to make a statement that is self-serving to them and their story.
They've all got their own agendas, and they don't really care about anything else.
No, they don't. It's for example, if you work for Fox News, you're gonna push the Fox narrative. If you work for CNN, you're gonna push the CNN narrative. Doesn't matter what the actual facts are, as long as it suits your side of the argument, you're gonna use it.
They never let facts get in the way of a good story.
Good stories sell better.
All right, guys, I want to hop out of here.
All right, thanks for calling in.
Have a good night.
All right, so update on the John Swan storybook. I've made 2 pages and they look so beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Make sure you tweet that out when you're done.
There was a young swan named Hamlet Swan. He was the Prince of Denmark and was very well respected. He had everything he wanted. One day, his father, the King of Denmark, disappeared. The king was now Hamlet's wife. The king was now Hamlet's uncle. He had married his mother, which made Hamlet very angry. And I designed Claudius to look like a little bit like Cammy. So,
oh no,
God.
So Cammy fucked John Swan's mom.
That's where it all started. That's where it all started. He's like, "Oh, you fucked my mom."
And then the next page says he was so angry that he went to his room. And then I have to start finishing up that page. But that's all I have so far for the 3rd page. These pictures are actually really fucking good. I'm surprised I drew these. Here, I'll send one of them to you.
Please do.
Yeah, and then you can show it on the stream if you want. That should do. Oh fuck! Hold on, my phone's a little weird when it takes pictures. There we go.
What else has been going on
Oh
this
wait,
week?
that's blurry. Don't use that one. That one's blurry. God,
Don't use that one.
I'll use that one. I want my art to be seen in the highest quality. That's good enough.
What the fuck is that?
You need to.
You can tweet that out if you want. I'll retweet
You
it.
need to see that. You need to see the fucking Hamlet picture.
Oh no.
Fucking Cammy's arm around John Swan's mom.
I'm almost afraid to see this.
What the fuck am I looking at, boys?
Where am I seeing this?
DM it to party if you haven't already. Did you guys see, it's been confirmed that Ralph never had an exclusivity contract with, Audacity.
Oh,
Odyssey,
yeah.
I mean.
Audacity.
Audacity, yeah. Ralph never had a
People
contract.
saying that.
I mean, I know. I mean, it's true. He never had a contract with Audacity. So,
Technically,
he
you
didn't
aren't
get a
wrong.
contract. Yeah, he didn't get a contract with Audacity.
yeah,
Here,
exactly.
party.
I wasn't wrong in that statement.
Party, I'm sending you the photos too.
Oh boy, let me have a look here.
This is the first one, and that's the second one.
Oh my god.
We here at the Copious after show never get things wrong. Never.
Some good
Alright.
shit.
Who should I make fucking Swan's father? Should it be Dr. Skipper?
I was about to say Skipper.
Yeah. I mean, like, who's like one of the creators that really boosted John, besides Nick?
Ooh. Oh, who
Tommy?
boosted John? Dream
No.
did.
Oh, yes. Make Dream his father.
I mean, technically, he ended up betraying his father as well because he killed his mother too. So
Exactly. So
I could do Dream.
yeah, it'd be really easy because be behind a mask.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm
That's the
doing Dream
real
as his
point of a
father.
mask.
Alright.
All right, I'm doing Dream.
But yeah, folks, I believe it's been a slow week. That's what happens when it's the middle of the week. Like stuff is slow to happen. Like, but guys, special thank you to Party, Ghost, Riveter, and Jex for joining us today. Thank you guys for those of you who listened in the Discord hangout. This is Nerdy John. Sign out. Have